welcome back to the Hindu Explain series. I am Kushagra Goel. And yesterday you all must have noticed that the video was uploaded a little later. That is not something that we could address. Usually we do upload the video before 12 p.m. anyway. But yesterday we had a problem from the technical side of the electricity department. So we were facing a power shortage continuously. So there was a lot of pause play between our videos, and hence to edit and all of that it took a little bit of time. Okay, so we apologize, but that was not something that was in our hands. Nevertheless, we do aspire to do it earlier for you all on a daily basis, right? So now, before we move on with today's newspaper, couple of doubts that students had. One, specifically about the anti-conversion UP law and Supreme Court. So see, yes, the Supreme Court can take suo motu cognizance. There is an update story about that. We will be talking about that today. Secondly, the court can interject and declare it unconstitutional, but that is only after it had heard both the sides. Okay, so it cannot just outrightly reject any law before hearing anyone, right? Then there is a philanthropy of judgments that we have covered that talk about the purpose of the legislation and the right of the individual to choose. Okay, but it is in the realm of judiciary whether they uphold the ordinance to be constitutionally valid or not. Okay, then moving on, another doubt students had was about, can we call the line of credit that countries extend as part of economic aid? Yes and no. Why yes? Because if it is credit free, in the sense that it is interest free credit, that and over a long period of time, for example the bullet train project that we are doing along with Japan, that is being implemented from Delhi to Mumbai, Ahmedabad to Mumbai, is part of a long term credit that Japan is extending to India. So you can call it an economic aid. No, because for example, even if there is economic aid, let's say the Belt and Road Initiative that China has launched, so there it is charging countries interest. If you are unable to pay it, they will ask you to give over the base to the Chinese authorities. So it can be or may not be. Okay, it depends on context to context. There is no hard and fast rule about classifying it as economic aid. Okay, now moving on with today's newspaper. So on the left, on the main page is the update from the Supreme Court. So petitions have been filed before the Supreme Court. The court has issued notice. What does it mean? That now it seeks responses from the governments who have passed the law. The Supreme Court has stated, if you want to challenge these legislations, go to the respective High Court, don't come to us, because all these legislations are different in some or the other way, and therefore by norm they should first go to the High Court. Okay, and as these, the reason why you would differentiate it between send it before an High Court and not to the Supreme Court is also because, see, if there is any central legislation, then it is implemented by one government, that is the central government of India, across the country. But these laws are only being implemented in their particular state, so it makes more sense for them to go to the High Court, is what the Supreme Court has stated, and yet it will still list the matter 4 weeks from now. Okay, so that is something we have to wait for a month now. Schools are opening up, and there is update for you all on that regard, that the date of the CLAT examination has also been postponed in light of the CBSE exam dates. Okay, so something that you all had been speculating has been confirmed, that the exam has been moved out to June now. Okay, so please check out the website and confirm, and I hope you have started the procuring the documents that you would need for registration of yourself as CLAT candidates. Okay, then moving on, there is two news from the US side. Okay, so we had, when we had discussed the procedure, we had stated that it will be on January 6th that the Senate and the House of Representatives confirm the US election president. Okay, but yesterday there was also elections for the Senate seats that were going on. Okay, so on the Senate side, the Democrat candidates are leading, and that would mean that the Democratic Party will have a majority in the Senate also. Till now, that is known as the trifectate, okay, that is the President, House of Representatives and the House of Senate, okay. In India you can only dominate the two houses and that is it, okay. You don't, because the presidential post is not a bipartisan post. The president in India is a president of the country and not of any particular party. They actually have to give up their membership of a particular party, okay, if they are elected as a president of India. So this is distinction. In now Democratic Party is close to gaining the trifectate, okay. Another update that has been going on overnight in the Washington DC is that riots have broken out in Washington DC, and the Capitol building, that is what you could call our parliament building in India, was taken over by mobs and rioters. Prime Minister Modi also tweeted about it, that for a democracy it is important to have a peaceful transition of power, and that is something that when we had initially talked about in November, we had discussed this principle of peaceful transition of power, okay, transfer of power. So that is something, that story is developing. Now the Senate has reconvened, the mob and rioters have been controlled to some point, yet that controversy is still going on, okay. Apart from that, on the front page there is not much news. There is one from the Maharashtra Bombay High Court, which is about ads that use God's name to sell articles. That, for example, if you ever see a ad which is that this pendant has been given the Ashirvad of this law, this God, and it is by the spirit of this God, this will bring harmony in your household and all of that. Now such ads cannot run on TV is what the Bombay High Court has stated. Using God's name to sell articles is illegal is what they have told, okay. Apart from that, on the national front there is not much news for us to discuss, okay. Political news, and there will be a dry run in all the districts of the country tomorrow, which will take place to check the actual implementation of vaccines. So till now, when the dry run had taken place, it had taken place in the particular districts of each state, okay. First the dry run was in 4 states, then all the states but specific centers. Now it will be at all the centers that will be providing COVID-19 vaccination, okay. So that is something that will go on tomorrow. Then there is also another update from Delhi High Court about the UPSC examination. This is about reservation to candidates with disability. The question now, this is a pending matter before the court. What we need to know is that, see, as per law there is some amount of reservation that is given to people with disabilities, and that has to be guaranteed. It cannot be announced and then taken away, or not announced at front, okay. So this is an ongoing dispute that is going on. It relates to right to reservation of persons with disability, okay. Now moving on to the editorial front, okay. So on the editorial side, there is one story that we will be discussing in depth. It is about the WikiLeaks case and of extradition of its founder Julian Assange, okay. That we will be talking about. Apart from that, on the left hand side, building by accord beyond the judicial clearance, Central Vista should be able to achieve national consensus. That is, see, that this entire, it's an article about the update from the Central Vista project, which has been given a green light from the Supreme Court that it can go ahead. There was a dissenting opinion too, that public consultation had not taken place by the government, but that is beyond it. Now the editorial states that, see, because these buildings are part, or they will be part of the national spectre and national importance in general, because they will be about the Prime Minister's office, the new Parliament building, all the offices of the central government. So it is stating that, see, we need to have consensus, a national importance. What we can question is whether do we need to spend so much money on grandeur when it can be spent on people's healthcare or building up healthcare systems. That is something that the editorial questions, but nevertheless what we need to know as of now, or the editorial tells us, is that, see, it should be more consensus based, because that is in the realm or spirit of democracy, okay. Then the pursuit of Assange is something we will be talking about. I will explain the entire case and controversy to you all. On the left hand side, the challenge of distributing opportunities better, the line between reserved and general. So this is a political theory article between, or the idea of reservations versus merit and what comes within it. Okay, so this is not, it is an academic article but not really from the point of view of examination perspective. Okay, what you can do is give this a read because it's a very academic oriented conceptually about the concept of reservations, us versus them debate and all of that. Generally I'll just explain, okay, what is us versus them. So when I say that today I am wearing a Manchester United football club jersey, right, so I will say us are all those people who stand or are fans of Manchester United football club, and them are those who are not the fans of Manchester United and do not want us to win. So our competitors. So that is us versus them. Then what is political narrative about us versus them is to create, see, in sports it is okay to have us versus them because then it is about winning. But in a country when you are fighting for the government, doing us versus them creates division in the society. That is exactly what the Muslim League's politics was all about, and that created or led to the partition of India. That it created the divide or furthered the divide that British had created between the Muslims and the Hindu community, and the Muslim League's politics was all about, we are talking about the interest of the Muslims, rest everyone wants to subjugate you. So create fear and all, so that is us versus them. Similarly with regards to reservation also, that it is not about the community that is being noticed, it is always the category who is getting the reservation and someone who is not. Okay, so on this pretext of us versus them debate, read this editorial. If you have any doubts, put it in the comment section, I will be happy to address them. Okay, then boosting India's maritime dominion awareness. So all the things that this editorial talks about, okay, there are, all of them are those things that we have covered over time. Okay, so for example, if you will read this editorial, you will come across a certain terms, which is Indian Ocean Commission. Okay, then you will see the GSAT 7A. Okay, then security and growth for all in the region Sagar. Okay, then P8I aircraft, or the Gurugram Center for Communication and Linkage between, or maritime surveillance of sea ships. All of these news are those that we have done in depth in the month of December. What is this editorial all about? It is about enhancing India's maritime security vis-a-vis the rising threat of China. So I suggest you click in the description box drive link, you go through all these news. We have these lists, okay, all these P8I aircraft, the GSAT 7A, the Gurugram Center, Indian Navy's Information Fusion Center, Indian Ocean Region in Gurugram, which is where all the ships that are now to be have GPS signals through which they can be tracked if they enter India's territorial borders. Okay, so all these things we have covered in the series in the month of December. Okay, so if you have any doubts or things you do not know, I suggest you watch those parts of the video series and then put your doubts in the comment section. Basically what you need to know are these specific names and not anything beyond that. Okay, because you will not be asked how can India strengthen its maritime security. Okay, then the importance of social interactions. Again, this is also an article that is doing the political analysis of us versus them debate. Okay, so there are two editorials that talk about this us versus them. One is the reservation one and the other is a more political one. Okay, both of them you can read. This is one to talk about the divide between the community of Hindus and Muslims that exists today and how it is being furthered, or why there are certain prejudice that exist between both the communities. Okay, so this is talking about that. We will not talk about it because it's not in the realm of the examination. Then on the left hand side, a quagmire, that is Brexit. Okay, So there are certain terms again in this one that you would need to understand. The editorial is basically about Brexit and the after effects of it, that now that the dust over Brexit has settled, what we really need to do is get over and how to reduce the fictions, okay. I know all of you have been asking for a detailed analysis of Brexit. I have overall explained you what it is. The details about Brexit and its implications are those that are not yet known, okay. So therefore it is not possible to do an analysis with half information, because that will only confuse you all more. There are two terms that you all need to know from this editorial, okay. One of them is German ordoliberalism, okay. What do you need to know about these? What does this term mean? That it is a particular kind of neoliberalism that underpins. The more fundamental flaw at heart is that of the EU, particular kind of economic neoliberalism. It is this idea that may need to be redressed, otherwise it may become the undoing of Europe project itself. What is this passage telling us? That see, European Union is all about delinking the borders between countries and making them come together, okay. But the German ordoliberalism is a concept where you focus so much on the rules and procedure that it overall defeats the purpose. For example, the idea of cricket match or a football match is to score goals or score more runs, right? But if you become too procedural about your preparation, then you may lose sight of the entire concept of why you are playing the sport, okay. So that is something that this concept is, that in German ordoliberalism, basically you are so focused on having such a rule system, a rule based system, that the entire substance of it gets defeated, okay. Then another term that is relevant for us is the nationalism, concept of nationalism here, okay. Is that, see, if we focus too much on nationalism in the original sense of the medieval centuries, then again it defeats the purpose of countries how they exist in the 21st century, okay. So that is something that you need to know. Give this editorial a read, it is a different perspective on Brexit, okay. These are what these two important terms mean, okay. Then on the left hand side, when art comes to the audience, this is about 4 venues for the International Film Festival of Kerala, which has now been moved out of its capital Thiruvananthapuram and will take place in 4 different cities, okay. So moving on the national front, apart from there is not much update apart from the Julian Assange news that we had talked about, okay. So I will talk about that. See, another vaccine dry run in all districts tomorrow. That is the news that I told you. Then China, this is again about policy updates, national news, and then on the international front, it's about UK court denies bail to Assange. I will be talking about this case today, and there is this update story for us that China has denied entry to WHO expert. So after a year's wait, China finally first agreed to let WHO experts come to the country and trace the origin of the COVID-19 outbreak in Wuhan. But now, about the time when they were supposed to arrive, China has banned their entry again, and WHO has stated that, see, this is not something that is good, okay, and it is very disappointed, okay. So that is something that is there. Now let's move on to the most important thing for us of the day, which is WikiLeaks, okay. So the editorial here is the pursuit of Assange. The US must take a more benign view of WikiLeaks and drop Assange's prosecution, okay. So before we come to this, I will explain what WikiLeaks is, okay. It's an organization not linked to Wikipedia very clearly, okay. It's a news organization founded in 2006 in Iceland, okay. Its founder is Julian Assange, an Australian journalist who is the director of the organization. The headquarters of the organization today are based in London, United Kingdom. The editor in chief of the organization is Christian Hrafnsson, okay. It's now, what is this controversy about Julian Assange? So WikiLeaks idea is that there are certain documents that are restricted access, right? only people of the military can gain access to certain documents, okay. Among that, there were 2 documents, 3 of them, which were released by WikiLeaks in 2010, okay, along with US intelligence analyst Chelsea Manning. He was a male, now he has converted to a female, okay, and has been court-martialed also in 2013-14, okay. That is, along with this US analyst, they released 4 cables, okay, like they basically hacked into the system or uncovered those things that were restricted access to public knowledge, okay. What were they? One was a collateral murder cable, okay, a video. Other 2 was Afghanistan Iraq war logs and Cablegate, okay. These were stories that WikiLeaks released under Julian Assange in 2010. So you know that Iraq and Afghanistan, US was in war in Iraq and Afghanistan. It is still on war in Afghanistan against the Taliban, and to bring down the government of Saddam Hussein, the US forces had been stationed in Iraq since 2001, right? In that, there was an incident of 10 Iraqi journalists also dying. Originally, the story was that these journalists had been killed in a military crossfire, okay. But after the release of the WikiLeaks video, it was confirmed that no, it was not in crossfire, but actually American soldiers killed these Iraqi journalists cold-blooded, okay. Similar incidents of violation were also released in the Afghanistan-Iraq war logs, okay. So now what is this editorial telling us, okay, is that once this was released, the US government opened an investigation against Julian Assange and Chelsea Manning. Chelsea Manning were court-martialed and she is now in jail, okay. With Julian Assange, he had got recluse and support from Ecuador and had stayed in the embassy of Ecuador for a long time period, but last year he was not his protection by Ecuador was taken away, and then he was arrested by United Kingdom, okay. Now the trial, the US authorities want Julian Assange to be tried in United States and have called for extradition. The extradition of Julian Assange has been rejected by the UK court, but he has also not been released in free, that he has not been released free. The court has found that yes, he has violated the law, but and that the stuff that he released was not part of general interest or of journalism. That is what the US court has stated, and he has not been released, okay. So the story that you saw that he has been not been granted bail was about this, but what this editorial is now stating is that, see, the work of Julian Assange, even if you may say that he hacked into your systems and all, what he has actually done, he's brought into light the shortcomings of the US forces, something that needs to be known, and for something, because people have been killed, and even if they were armed soldiers, they have to be brought before justice, right? And Julian Assange, because of his work only, these things were known to the public. The Democratic President Barack Obama had not pursued his extradition or arrest, okay. But when once Donald Trump came in, he reversed the position of the US authorities and sought extradition of Julian Assange. Now the editorial tells us that, see, the things that he released may not be strictly legal, but they were generally of public interest, and that is what journalism is all about, to speaking truth to the those in power and bringing them before the public court, right? So in light of that, it would be advised to the incumbent about to be announced US President Joe Biden to again move back to the democratic stand of not pursuing extradition and dropping the charges against him, because that is something that has general public interest at hand, okay. So this is the controversy about Julian Assange. This is a little bit of history of WikiLeaks. This is the case about him and the entire controversy. Now we will have to wait whether the US appeals his extradition, whether and what really happens. Okay, so on that note, I will end for the day. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the work that we are doing, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you have any doubts that about topics that we have covered today, then feel free to put them in the comment section. I will be very happy to address all of them. Thank you so much. Stay safe and take care of yourselves.